Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick.
And my name is Chris. And Nick, what do we got in store today?
Today, Chris, we are talking all about VeChain and their partnership with Walmart China. This is going to be hopefully a really interesting one to talk about the results between that partnership and what this might mean for the future of VeChain. So if you find this useful and informative, go ahead and smash that like button for Chris. He really does appreciate it. And if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you'll be kept up to date with all of the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Chris, shall we quickly go over the markets and then dive into the VeChain to USD chart and then take a look at this the set of results, I guess, for VeChain and Walmart China?
Yeah, let's do this. It's my biggest bag, Nick, my favorite one. Let's get into it.
Fantastic. Right, so here we are on CoinMarketCap, and we're just going to give this hopefully a brief overview. We are sitting on a $579 billion market. That is slightly up by about approximately, I don't know, 10, 15 billion, something in that range. And Bitcoin's dominance is at 62.3, slightly up on the day of yesterday. So for the most part, we can see the 20 projects that we are watching. Only one of them is actually in red for today, and that is Solve. With most of these kind of top five here, we have Bitcoin up at 7%, Ethereum 7%, XRP 9%, Chainlink 7%, Cardano at 3%. And what we're going to talk about is VeChain here. VeChain is up 5.12% for today, and slightly down here at 1.7 for the previous 7. So if we go into this, we can see that it's currently trading at 1.5 cents, which is the 5.3% up for today. There's a market cap of $1 billion US, just over. We have a trading volume of 167 million USD, circulating supply is that 54.3 billion VET tokens, and a total supply there of 86.7 billion. Okay, and if we go down here, we'll just go a bit of a recap. The all-time high for VeChain was achieved this year, which was on the 9th of August 2020, and that was 2.2 cents or 2.29 cents. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the chart. I've obviously been drawing on this chart quite heavily, and here's basically all the data that we have for VeChain since it actually started on the VeChain 4 blockchain. And ultimately, we're looking at trying to get into the kind of world back up here and potentially breaking up into some new all-time highs, which we think has the potential to be this year, but most likely, definitely, in fact, I would say definitely will happen next year. It wouldn't surprise me if we start seeing 5-6 cents next year pretty comfortably. So here we are, and obviously you can see all my scribbles I've just drawn on a very, very rough things that we've been talking about in the past. And one of the things that I'm going to just kind of call out is this fib retracement that we have been looking at in the past here as well. So this was from the 4th of November low and the 25th of November high, okay? And that was, if I just get this right, the high at this point in time was 1.8 cents. Okay, so that was that high point. Obviously it didn't stick, so if I just delete these and scroll in a little bit further, get a bit of a bigger view for you guys, here we can see obviously what happened and where we are currently trading, right? So we are in just above this support and resistance line, and what we want to do is we want to see this close. If we can see this close above this line, that will give us a strong chance of actually entering back into the red zone, which is the above the 23% retracement level. And what we want to do is we want to get into this area, and by doing so it will then allow us to test this line again, which is the 1.7 cents. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to test that, and then we want to basically see probably this level here in the coming days. It's going to be around this area, which is probably 1.9 cents in that range, before we approach that 2 cent level again. So we want to see this candle in the next day close here. We want to close in the green, which I think we will right here, right? That'll close most likely today there, and then we'll start a new candle. And what we want to do is we want to see this either come up here and close in this area, or end up in this area here and close in that little section there. The main thing that we want to see is it close above this line here, and this acts as support, and we don't want it to enter back down into this area. That would be bad. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we stay here or enter here and close here. So the next kind of couple of days, Chris, are really vital in making sure that we get to see some strong growth coming for VeChain. And what I want to do is also see that we can break past this 1.8 level here. And if we can do that as well, I think we're going to have a really good, strong chance this year of getting back to that 2 cent level, or 2.29 as it was, and potentially even past that and achieve a new all-time high this year. If, however, we end up trading a bit sideways here for a while, we might have a bit of a problem in getting to a new all-time high this year. One thing I'm pretty confident on though, Chris, is that we will see a new all-time high next year, and I have like zero doubt in my mind of that happening. So that's the chart, guys. Really, it's not too much to really report on, just kind of monitoring the situation as it stands, and what we wanted to see is basically a continuation of the kind of positive moves that we've been seeing. We want to see this close up here. We want to see it close again for a consecutive day, and then we want to kind of enter this red zone, and then we want to test this level of resistance, which isn't overly strong. It's obviously been tested a few times in the recent kind of rally up in I think it was August, an August area. So we have a lot of potential here to really get some massive gains. I know there's a lot of people out there, Chris, that have quite significant bags of VeChain. So little movements really do make a huge impact. Right. Anything you want to add, Chris, before we go ahead and take a look at the results between VeChain and Walmart China?
Only the fact that it's a fantastic project and they've got a great team, and like the partnerships that they've got are just immense. BMW, Renault, Walmart China, the Chinese government. I mean, like the list goes on, Nick.
It is absolutely fantastic. This thing is going to be absolutely massive in the future, and I have no doubt in my mind. It's like you say before, Chris, where you wake up in the morning and you think, what projects are going to be around in 10, 20 years? VeChain's always on that list.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into this then. So VeChain presents results of partnership with Walmart China. So basically VeChain has revealed the possibility of establishing a blockchain technology-based system for tracking supply chains in China. The partnership between Walmart and VeChain could be the basis of the new system for cooperation with Chinese authorities and other local companies. So let's have a look. Right, so in a publication in WeChat, VeChain presented the advantages of using blockchain technology to reduce costs, increase efficiency and transparency of the supply chain in China during the post-pandemic era. But the company also described the results of its cooperation with Walmart in China and how this could be a model for the future of food supply chains. So really good to kind of see that they're having discussions about this and potentially, exploring a cooperation between two such large entities in the space. So I also find it interesting that they use WeChat over there quite heavily, whereas I think we tend to lean more on what we call? I completely skipped my mind now. But anyway, moving on. It'll come back to me and I'll be like, that's what it was. But right now, let's move on with the article. So VeChain VeChain estimates that a Chinese government platform for tracking the supply chain is likely to be established. In this way, the government seeks to strengthen supply chain management capabilities in a safe environment and to foster consumer confidence in the normalization of the post-virus years. So I think it's important. Now, obviously, things operate slightly differently in China than they do, obviously, this side of the world. But the fact that the governments wanted to have a transparent blockchain technology, and I believe China, Chris, are so bullish on blockchain. Full stop, regardless. They see the benefits of it massively, and they really want to make sure that it's been embedded in so many different industries. VeChain are really leading that with the authorities there, and they're getting involved with health. They're getting obviously supply chain stuff, tokenization of real world assets such as real estate and all that kind of stuff, NFTs. They touch so many different things, and I think when they talk about supply chain, it's kind of like going back to their roots to a degree, isn't it? And it's great to see that they're getting support from the authorities to basically build such a thing as well. So using blockchain technology, VeChain aims or claims that the platform that could be created by the Chinese government could or would give the products in the supply chain the equivalent of an official seal. That way, fewer human resources would be needed, and there would be structural optimization, as VeChain says. So here's a quote, right? So as the latter efficiencies increases, they can achieve amazing human efficiency growth, realize inverse 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, and cost reduction in large organizations, and go against the current in the post-epidemic. It's an epidemic or is it a pandemic? People are always getting these two things. I know, but they're quoting it as an epidemic, and it's one or the other. Pick one. Just stop changing. Right? So we'll stick with it because it's a quote. So he says post-epidemic era. So yeah. VeChain has already announced its cooperation with Chinese government to create a blockchain platform for the health sector, which I just briefly mentioned. Maybe I got ahead of myself there. So the announcement was made in conjunction with a delegation of the I can't say it, province government and the VeChain partnership with the DNV-GL. The objective of the platform is to create a standard for risk management, data collection and implementation of measures to prevent situations such as those caused in the, the pandemic. So yeah, I think this is just like another really good level of being adding that transparency, getting that official kind of seal that it's verifiable on blockchain is a massive gain for everything that is supply chain, specifically around food, and that's where kind of like Walmart comes into play. So let's go move on again. So VeChain reduce costs and improve supply chain in China. So in addition, VeChain indicated that a platform based on blockchain technology to track food supply chain could integrate an inspection mechanism. Thus, regulators and authorities could ensure that there are no discrepancies between the products and the information stored on the blockchain. This could reduce friction in such processes and decrease costs by allowing self-certification. In addition, big companies would also be able to track down substandard products and avoid economic losses by quickly removing them from the supply chain. Therefore, VeChain sets out the results that its cooperation with the giant Walmart in China has had and uses them as an example of what the government platform could be like in the future. VeChain in June 2019 launched in 2019, the platform allows Walmart to access a system with information on logistics, the origin of a product, the number of inspections, the storage, amongst other important data. VeChain adds, so here's the quote, right? So all data becomes an authoritative archive record because it cannot be tampered with, and it is shared by all parties in real time, so as to effectively sort out the information process, reduce the communication cost of the enterprise, and open up all the information links that were originally time-consuming, labor-intensive, and unclear. So I think it's great that they're using Walmart as an example to this, because I think if it works for someone as big as Walmart China, then it's definitely going to work for the Chinese government. It's just the same concept, just slightly scaled up and scaled further. But if you were to run, shards of it or etc., I think it's going to be really easy to kind of scale it. And I think the VeChain for blockchain does a fantastic job anyway. So really interesting to see what does come out of this. But Walmart China's food safety traceability platform has included more than 100 items. These cover a significant variety of products such as vegetables, chicken, pork, amongst others, as VeChain reveals. In addition, it has had 7 updates, iterations until October this year, based on the needs of Walmart's customers in China. VeChain concludes, so the last quote here, blockchain technology can effectively empower enterprises to build a supply chain management system with no dead ends and full coverage, achieve targeted traceability and effectively solve pain points and blockages. It will become the best choice for large supermarkets to accelerate digital transformation. And that's something that at the World Economic Forum we're talking about when it comes to digital transformation. If you're not thinking about digital transformation now, in a matter of a few short years, they say you'll pretty much be out of business, because if you're not talking about it now, it's too late. You need to be on this path right now. So it's good that that same kind of quote there, digital transformation, that is being spoken about by VeChain as well, Chris. So what is your thoughts on all of this? Is it it's obviously very positive news, but what's your takeaway?
Yeah, I mean, like, for me, it's really bullish news. I kind of feel like it's just a progression thing. It's like, for me, VeChain is one of those. It's still well undervalued, and I kind of feel like it's going to sneak up on people, and it's going to be bam, the price has changed. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be like one of those candle wicks that just shoots up really quickly. Like what we have seen in the past with some other projects. But for me, it's great news. The more stuff that I hear like this, the more bullish I get, and it's my biggest holding, so it's like music to my ears, isn't it?
Fantastic. So there you have it, guys. Prepare yourself for a government-backed, or I guess a government-issued, maybe even, supply chain solution in China, and I think VeChain will be at the very core of it. So hopefully, guys, you found this useful and informative. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button for Chris. He really does appreciate it. And if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you'll be kept up to date with all of the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And with that said, we hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Take care, everyone.